Maximum people have joined, so let's start. Can someone confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Great. So this is the Azure calculator, guys. This is what we use normally when we have to prepare any quotation or any low-level diagram. If we have to understand the billing concepts कि कितना bill हो सकता है approximately quotation किसी भी तरह का. So this is what we use, Azure calculator. Okay, Azure calculator will give you a rough, and it gives you almost accurate, but still will say it a rough idea, right? Uh, Depends on the virtual machine, storage account, SQL database, app service, networking, whatever you're using, whatever service you're using there. If you want to check that what would be the billing before you use that, you can come to Azure calculator and you can do it from here, right? So as of now, we are focusing on storage account. So I came to Azure calculator. I clicked on storage account. Storage account has been added here. Now here you can see that how it works. So let's say that I have selected region East US. Now look at this, guys, right? Whatever you select here under Azure storage account, the prices will change here. That what are you using under Azure storage account, right? So let's say that you're using a storage account, a basic one, standard and premium. Charges will change. Here, can you see? This all you can change. Okay, let's say that you want to do it only for 10 GB. Just for our understanding, we'll keep it simple, small amount, so it will give you the good idea in an exact figure. If you want, I can try to check this. I'll try to change the currency, so it will give you a better idea. Otherwise, it's understandable in dollars also. But still, let's see if we have an. Obviously, it gives in all currencies. I just want to see where that option is. Here it is. Okay, आप डॉलर्स में कन्वर्ट करते बैठोगे वो समझ में आएगा नहीं जल्दी बेटर. So it's good that you do it here. Now look at this. Okay, East US block storage, which is a storage account, normal storage account, a standard storage account. Okay, some error it is giving. Standard performance V2. We are not using V1 as of now, so let's stick to V2. Okay. File structure, it's okay, doesn't matter much. So you leave it. Access here. We'll come to this one. As of now, first let's focus on the redundancy. Can I go ahead and select no redundancy? I want a quotation without any redundancy. I don't even want LRS. Is it optional?
No, it's not possible.
So minimum you have to take LRS, right? So now let's say that for 10 GB data, if I am going to East US and I'm taking LRS, how much is gonna cost me? And this is a monthly one, okay? 17 rupees it's gonna cost me per month for 10 GB data. Clear? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Are you getting it? Are you getting it? How to read it?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, and this is monthly. Okay. If I want to reserve it for 1 year, now what do you mean by reserve? That I'm making a promise to Azure that I'm gonna use your service 10 GB database for 1 year. It's not monthly. Monthly में क्या हो सकता है ना? I can use it 1 month. Later on, move to AWS, or I'll just simply leave Azure. So they're charging more. But if I promise that I'm gonna with you there for 1 year, so they're gonna give me some discount. Okay. The moment I select monthly, it will give me some discount. कि उसमें कितना discount हो जाएगा ये सब होगा. Okay, here the capacity has increased. 1 year के लिए कोई limited capacity होगा, but eventually if you take this capacity monthly, it's gonna cost you more, and if you take it 1 year reserved, it's gonna cost you less. Is it clear, guys? यहाँ पर amount इसलिए बढ़ गया क्योंकि यहाँ पर capacity बढ़ गया. We were looking for 10 GB, but यहाँ पर terabyte और petabyte आ गया. And that could be the reserve capacity. Minimum उनका ये number होगा. That you cannot reserve 10 GB for 1 year. This could be the minimum. But are you getting the concept here? That how it changes. The average per month balance would be, per month billing would be this one. If you take this much. But if you only go for pay as you go, वो आपका बढ़ जाएगा. If you select the same here, if you select 1 petabyte, you don't even see the petabyte. See, तो petabyte का option होगा भी नहीं शायद pay as you go में. Okay? But are you getting it? That what happens when you pay extra to Azure, or not even extra? You just promise them. You don't even have to pay upfront. You just promise them that I'm gonna there with you for 1 year. This is the cost you have to pay per month for this data for 100 TB and 1 petabyte. You say I'll be there for 3 years. This is the discount you're getting. Okay, but these are, again, this will come to your architecture team and everything. You don't have to worry about it, right? We are just looking at the small scale. So let's go ahead and again go back to pay as you go. 10 GB, 17 rupees LRS. Now instead of LRS, what I want to do, I'm saying no, data is crucial. Let's go for ZRS. What is ZRS, guys?
Zone redundancy storage.
Here it is. Can you see the difference? LRS में कितने copies बनेंगे?
3.
Three
ZRS में?
replica, 3 zone.
ZRS में?
6.
Is it?
No, 3 replica in 3 zone.
How many in LRS? Again, guys, let's start from scratch. How many in LRS?
3 replicas in one region.
Right, one region, one data set. ZRS?
3 replicas in 3 zones. But region
3 different zones. Same region, different zone. GRS?
6 replicas.
Right.
And 2 regions can be there.
Right. So it goes so on. Okay. But can you look at the difference, guys? LRS में मैं लेता हूँ तो अलग प्राइस है. Data same है, सब कुछ same है. Okay. Frequency, access tier, everything is same. It is just LRS 17 rupees. ZRS 21 rupees. GRS 37 rupees. Same. GRS में कुछ भी नहीं चेंज करना मुझको, बस जो secondary region का डेटा उसका भी read access चाहिए. 48 rupees. Are you getting it now? That what is the difference between this redundancy? That why won't everyone will go and take RS, ZRS जो भी top class है वो दे दो मुझको? Why won't it happen? Because look at the difference. कहाँ 17 rupees, and if I take this, where is 47? And this is, we are just talking about 10 GB. We as an individual use more than 10 GB. I require 1 TB का cloud का space. So imagine about companies, they're gonna use in TBs. Look at this. This is this kind of data they use, 1000 TB. Now 1000 TB, if I just leave it up to UK यार कोई भी दे दो, it's okay. Is it a useful or is it a sensible decision? Look at the difference. Can you see it? Where is it? It's approximately, I guess, 16 lakhs, 16 lakh 41,181 rupees. And where is 45 lakhs? Can you see the difference? That is the reason you cannot go blindly and select whatever you want. And that is the reason they spend millions of dollars just to get a good architecture design. Because if you do not want to spend that at one time, you're gonna keep paying extra every time. So you required a proper design and proper planning, right? So I hope you got the difference between this now, that why we can't go ahead and take anything. Care why to play with LRS and everything for everything. Let's go ahead and take RS, GRS. सब कुछ cover हो रहा है उसमें. No, we have to save money also, right? Similarly, if I'm taking LRS, fine. चलो अभी हम लोगों ने decide कर लिया, somehow company settled कि ना GRS भी नहीं चाहिए, it's too much. LRS भी नहीं चाहिए, it's too less. We are settling on ZRS. Okay. Again, is it a sensible decision to put all of my data in same access tier? No. Why not? Look
No.
at this. Hot tier में I'm paying 21.26. Cool tier में I'm paying $15. Archive में it's not even $1. So if there is a data, let's say I'm a bank or something, we are obligated by RBI that you have to keep your data of 7 years old data you have to keep, right? But I know कि 5 साल वाला पुराना data obligation है, compliance है रखने के, I have to keep it, but it's not useful. No one comes and asks to me. So is it a sensible decision that I keep all 7-year ka data in hot tier and pay extra? Or is it a sensible decision that I just keep 1 year's data, which is frequently being used? हर कोई 1 साल का स्टेटमेंट मांगता है, हर कोई 6 महीने का स्टेटमेंट तो पक्का मांगता है, आपको लोन लेना हो, कुछ भी करना हो, यू विल आस्क फॉर 6 मंथ स्टेटमेंट। सो 6 महीने का डेटा आई विल कीप इन हॉट टियर बिकॉज़ फ्रीक्वेंटली एक्सेस होता है, राइट? डेली कस्टमर्स आर कमिंग टू माय बैंक, दे आर सेंडिंग मी ईमेल्स, दे आर गोइंग टू माय website and they are downloading statement or in any way, but they are accessing last 6 months data. तो क्या हो रहा है वहां पर? ट्रांजेक्शन्स ज्यादा हो रहे हैं। व्हाट डिड आई टेल यू अबाउट हॉट टियर में कौन सा रखोगे आप जहां पे ट्रांजेक्शन्स ज्यादा हो रहे हैं? सो दैट 6 मंथ्स डेटा आई कैन कीप इट हियर। रिमेनिंग जो 1.5 साल का डेटा है आई कीप इट कूल, राइट? बहुत ज्यादा जो है ना यहाँ पर ये नहीं हो रहा है। आई एम कीपिंग द डेटा, ज्यादा डेटा वी आर कीपिंग, बट एक्सेस उसका थोड़ा कम है। सो आई एम सेविंग समथिंग हियर। And remaining 5 years data, I'm just gonna keep it in archive mode. Simple. Is it clear, guys? Did you understand it well?
Yes.
Okay. But I told you that archive data, it's not accessible. If you want to access this, you'll have to change that and it takes time, approximately 8 to 10 hours. But archive data वैसे ही होता है, कोई भी ऐसे suddenly नहीं आएगा. Even if it is some crime or something, CBI is investigating some case, or police or any law enforcement agency, ED, anyone, they're asking bank that we require your data for last 5 years. Even they cannot compel. Even if they go through court will also understand this, or if, for that matter, any agency all over the world, not only in India, all over the world, be it FBI, anything. Even if they require something, they also understand that if it is in old data, that's gonna take time, and bank is not complied. They're not compelled to give this old data in 1 hour. So there is no compliance issue with them. There's no fault of there's no fine at them. कोई license cancellation वगैरह कुछ नहीं होगा. So if they have that liberty, why won't they use it? Right? So they will definitely gonna keep their data in archive. Is it clear, guys? Did you understand that difference between hot, cool, and archive?
Yes, sir.
And this is
Yes.
the price difference. Look at this, it's huge price difference, guys. For 10 GB का data, let's say मेरे पास कोई 10 GB का data है, this recordings I just want to keep it for my personal कभी यार देखना है मुझको future में that how I used to teach, ठीक है? आज से 10 साल बाद देख रहे हैं, and no one is accessing, all of you have got your job, everything is settled, no one is accessing, it is already on YouTube. I just want to keep the original files. Okay, access वगैरह सब कुछ मेरा YouTube से ही हो रहा है, original file रखनी है. Does it make sense कि मैं इसका I think by now it's approximately 98 GB I have. Okay, and at the end of this I think overall 200 GB का data मेरे पास एक हो जाएगा classes का, right? So do you think that it's a sensible decision for me to keep this 200 GB in hot tier and pay 344 rupees per month, and I'm planning to use this maybe somewhere uh, a decade from today. 2033 में देखना है मुझको ऐसे ही, that how what I used to do, how I used to teach. Do you think it's a
No,
sensible
it is
decision?
not sensible.
Right, because
No,
I'm
it's
not
not
going to use
sensible.
it. I can keep it in cool and okay, fine. I'm saving 100 rupees a month. It's a long, fine. 12 महीने 100 रुपए बचा रहा हूँ मैं, then 10 साल. It's a huge, good saving. Still, is it a sensible decision? No, because I'm not going to use it.
No.
And look at this one. Here, I'm just paying 16 rupees a month, right? And whenever I want to access this, I simply have to go it. It's going to take 10 hours, 8 hours. That's fine. 8 hours, 10 hours लगेंगे उसमें. But I'm saving a lot of cost here for my company. So this is the approach they follow. Though you will get it very clearly that you have to create a storage account. That storage account should be in hot tier. It should have ZRS. It should have this much of capacity. Simple. It should be in East US. It should be in East US 2. What should be the type? What should be the tier? Or what should be the this one? Standard or premium? The performance premium होना चाहिए या ये होना चाहिए. Okay. Everything you will get it. Still, in your interview, you cannot say this कि यार सब कुछ आता था तो I don't understand. You have to say that everything was there. But now when you claim that you have been working since 4 years or 5 years, this concept should be clear to you. So I hope this is clear to everyone now. Anyone who did not
Yes,
understand anything,
sir.
guys, please let me know. After this, we are moving to practical. Too much of theory from last to last session. We have been doing theory. So today, half of this session and next session, I want to spend in practical. So anyone who did not understand, let me know.
So by and type the
All
block
good, sir.
storage part.
ये हम लोगों ने किया है ना
So,
block. Yeah, tell me. Ask your question first. Sorry.
I'm sorry. So what is the types like? The file storage, there was one like file storage, one was like block storage. So there are different types of storage.
Right.
What is blob storage like? What is it?
We did it in last
used
session,
for?
right, Navit? Here it is. I'll show it to you. Though जब practical करेंगे फिर से cover हो जाएगा. Here it is. When you say blob storage, what is a blob, guys? I told you what is a blob.
File.
File.
Kind.
Simple. Blob storage है मतलब
What-
उसमें आपका सब कुछ आ जाएगा. Files, आपका वीडियो, ऑडियो वगैरह सब कुछ जितना भी कवर्ड है ना ब्लॉब में डाल देते हो. Blob. What is the
Okay,
full form
any
of
kind
blob?
of file format, like all types of file formats are
कुछ भी आ जाता
supported,
है
like
blob में,
audio,
कुछ भी आ
video.
जाता है. What is the full
And
form of blob,
file
guys? Anyone knows? I told
blob.
you this. It's there in the recording also. Last time का recording आप देखोगे मिल जाएगा आपको. Anyone? Blob का full form?
Soil by it's a binary large object.
Yeah, here it is. Yes, it is binary large object. So yes, Navid, we did cover this. What are this blob storage? What is file storage? But again, the moment we start practical, we'll have to repeat it, and I'm sure you'll understand it better.
Sure,
Still, if you don't,
sure.
we'll cover it
Thank you.
again. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, guys. Any other question, guys, before we move to practical? Anything, even if we have covered it and you have question, do ask me. Archive and everything we did. Table also we did it, right? I showed you the table. Table storage we covered, right? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe. Do you remember the table storage we covered? I showed you one table, deleted some accounts, deleted some entries.
Well,
Yes.
hello. I
Yes,
had
Hussain.
one doubt with
Hmm.
the GRS.
Hmm.
In that option, I think we discussed that when a file is saved within means the file is saved within two regions, so we get region redundancy. But within a region, it is saved in a single zone, right?
Right.
So, does we can use in that a region where there are no zones in GRS?
Yes, yes, of course you can.
Because ultimately it will be
Yes.
just going to keep in one zone, right? So
Yes, yes, you can. You can use it in any region.
no, but within the region where there are like no zones, only like there are some regions, right? Where
Even if
are
there
not
are,
three.
even if there are zones which has, there are region which has zones, you can use it there also. Just
Right.
because there are zones, it does not mean कि वो zone में अलग-अलग रखेगा ही. Zone है वहां पर, but that's gonna use only one zone. Similarly, like LRS. If you apply the same logic here to LRS जो है आपका डेटा एक डेटा सेंटर में रख रहा है. That does not mean कि वो डेटा सेंटर में जोन होना ही नहीं चाहिए. Even if the zone is there, it will still keep your data in one data center. I hope your question is answered right. Was that your doubt?
Yeah,
Right?
right.
So similar to LRS. कि ये
And,
LRS
can
का
you also
मतलब
explain
Yeah.
regard like the synchronous and non-synchronous?
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Because-
Once we created the account, we'll do that. We'll do that. The
Okay.
synchronized writes, what is it, and asynchronized copy क्या होता है? ठीक है, we'll do that. But that you will understand once we create some data और थोड़ा उसका replication वगैरह शुरू करते हैं. That time you will understand कि synchronous का और asynchronous का मतलब क्या होता है. और it's even if you do a simple Google search, what is the difference between synchronous and asynchronous, you will get your answer. But still, I will cover it. Don't worry. But for your interview, these are the topics which you have to remember. The number of replicas.
Actually,
Yes.
I read on the Google about synchronous, so it showed me that it will write simultaneously
Right.
that three replicas, right? But
Right. I'll explain it. Don't worry. We'll make it simpler and explain it. When we come to this point, we'll explain it.
okay.
Yes, guys. Any other doubt before we move to practical?
Soil bhai, I don't know if you have explained it earlier or not. So my question is that you told us to download the Azure storage application. Why do we need it?
To access your storage account.
Okay, so if it is used to access the storage account, why isn't it given on the portal? Like every service has been given on the portal, right? So I'm just confused कि इसके लिए अलग से एक application.
See, because no, virtual machine, you create a virtual machine, right?
Right.
You are an administrator. You are creating a virtual machine. Are you going to use that virtual machine?
No.
No. Who's going to use that virtual machine?
The
Some
user, or
application
let's
owner.
say
Yes. Some application owner, maybe developer, tester. How are they going to access that?
by using the remote MSTS.
RDP, right? A tool is involved there, right? RDP is there.
Yeah.
Be it private IP, public
Right.
IP, that could be a different thing. But a tool is there. Are you going to give them
Yes.
access on your portal? कि भाई आप मेरे portal पे आ जाओ और use कर लो. Is it happening?
No, it isn't.
Similarly, storage account. It is accessible from your portal. But there is a guy who's a data scientist or who's a data analyst, a data engineer. Now he wants to work on data side. And he is asking कि मुझको यार एक 10 TB का storage space चाहिए जिसमें table भी हो कुछ ऐसा हो. They explained it, okay? And your engineering team understood, and now the task is with you कि आपको ये बनाना है. आपने बना दिया. How is he going to access that? Are you going to give him access on your portal directly?
Okay, got it. So this is a medium for the
Yes.
user
ये
to
आपका
access
storage
the
का RDP
storage
है,
account.
समझ लो आप. अब अगर उस लैंग्वेज में ये है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग करनी है, मतलब don't take it literally and don't use it in your interview also, just for our understanding कि आपके storage
Yes.
का RDP है, समझ लो, ठीक है? Because RDP is a
Okay.
proper protocol, so we do not use these analogies in technical interviews. Never do that. But आपकी और हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए ये आपके storage का RDP है, ये समझ लो. Clear है?
Okay.
Like
Yes,
Linux.
yes, thank you.
Linux, you cannot access Linux without in downloading putty or putty, however you want to pronounce it. So this is a medium, this is a tool which you can use, or moreover which you will give your users or your application owners to access their data storage. Because see, यहाँ पर जो है ना, when I come here, this subscription of mine or this account of mine will have n number of storage accounts. आप कितना ग्रैन्युलर करोगे उस पे कि ये नहीं दिखना चाहिए, इस यूजर को ये नहीं दिखना चाहिए, वो नहीं दिखना चाहिए. अब कितना भी कर लो, छोटा मोटा भी अगर स्कोप होता है गलती का और कुछ हो जाता है. एंड आई एम अ पार्ट ऑफ UT-Kloud practice, and by default or by mistake I got access to this storage account also. It's a huge mistake, it's a breach, right? So why do you want to take chance? Once you give someone access on portal, it is you're giving them more resources or more chance to explore. Now, if you are from this storage account, why do you want to come to my portal? I am an administrator. I'll take care of that, right? What do you want? You wanted this storage account. Here it is. I've created this storage account. This is the tool. Use it. Simple. Clear?
Cool. Got it. Yes, thank you very much.
And moreover, ये storage account भी सब पे नहीं लगता है. Now, as we have started practical, I'm going to show it to you. कि आप सिर्फ link से भी access करवा सकते हो. Right? But that is only for end users. When you start working with a data analyst, they will require access on this. Table पे काम करना है, table as in this table I'm talking about. Data storage का table. You cannot view in your, even if you have this URL, you cannot see it in a browser. You will require Azure Storage Explorer. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start. I already have one storage account here. Last time I showed you how to create a storage account, right? I already have one storage account here. Or do you want me to create one from scratch? Okay, let's create it. So I hope all of you remember how to create a storage account. Here it is. We are at home page. Either you can search here for storage account. You can create a resource, then search for storage account. If you have used it recently, you will see a storage account. Click on that. You will see your existing storage accounts here, right? Do I have to do anything with them? Not as of now. As of now, what is our aim? What is our task? It's to create a new storage account. So you click on create. You select your resource group, you select your subscription, wherever client has asked you to do it or wherever your architecture has done. Can I use this name?
No.
Why not? It looks unique to me. I mean, I've
It
just
should be-
typed randomly.
It should be in lowercase
Lowercase, right?
and numbers.
Can I use this?
the limitations are from above 3 letters to 25.
So I have 3 letters, all are in small.
Is already taken as
Yes, but
It's
this
already
has
taken.
already taken. It has to be a
should be
unique name,
unique. Yeah.
right? This one I think should be useful. You select your region. Sorry. Performance, standard, premium. Will always go ahead with standard. The difference, if you want, you can simply click here, learn more. Click on learn more, and I showed you that differences, right? There's a huge list. कि क्या क्या difference होता है. Redundancy. I don't want any redundancy. Client is saying. Possible?
No,
No.
we have to take minimum LRS
Yeah, then
or
fine.
ZRS.
Whatever minimum, give me that.
LRS.
You will go ahead and take LRS.
LRS.
Click next. What is this REST API? Okay, let's play a role here or something, sort of like that. I am a client. You are a implementation engineer or an expert. Okay. You guys are creating a storage account for me. It's a Teams call. The screen is being shared. This is your screen. Okay. Now you're asking me, or I am asking you, what is this required secure transfer of REST API operations? You're asking me, do you need it or not? I'm saying, what is it? First, explain it to me, then I'll tell you whether I need it or not. So who can explain?
So please, can you increase the font? No. Control plus.
No, REST APIs. What does it? Forget the font. I'll increase it, but still, what does it mean? I'll increase it. Wait. Give me a minute. I'll increase it.
Sure.
Yes, guys. Who can explain? What is it? Is it visible now? By the way.
Yes. Yes. Oh, better. Much better.
Yes, guys. What is it?
Yeah. Can I try?
Anyone? Only
Yeah.
one thing. One by one.
So yes, means it will be mandatory to select this option, because otherwise if the client, suppose if he is having
No,
some
no. Sorry.
applications.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Who's that? Is it Hussein?
Yes.
Yeah, Hussein. See, I am a client. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't tell me whether what is mandatory or not. You
Okay.
just explain it to me. Okay, being a client, we're just playing a role play sort of here. No client says this on an official call. You never know. कभी कभार आपको मिल भी जाते. Okay, so you don't tell me what is mandatory or not. Is it mandatory from Azure? Is it Microsoft's mandate?
No.
When you say
it is not
mandatory, yes,
mandatory.
that's what it means. कि भाई Microsoft का mandate है. So you just tell me what does it do. Then I'll tell you whether I want it or not. So I want you to explain the functionality of this. Yes, Hussein, let's go ahead.
Can I try?
So if you have an application and it want to access the storage account, so you will need APIs. So ultimately for that, you have to check this box so that you can actual access. Otherwise, it will be of no use to have a storage account, because your applications would not be able to access the files which are required.
Okay, partially correct, Hussein, partially correct. It's not the always mandatory. Okay, my application can access my storage account without APIs also. APIs is not the only way. It is one of the ways. I can still put the this link in my coding and utilize it. Okay, so API is one of the ways. So if your application will have feature of APIs, or if you plan to have API calls in your application, then you require this option. Clear hai?
Okay.
Even if I don't do it, the storage account completely useless नहीं होगा मेरे लिए. I'll be able to access it using my application, using a code. I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Now, what is enabling public access on individual containers? Naved, what do you mean by this?
Enabling public access on individual containers.
And also, Hussein and Naved, can you guys tell me whether if I take all of them, is Azure charging me extra for taking these? Or if these are free, please add all of them. What is the case? Is it chargeable or is it free? If free, let's all add. Yes.
It is chargeable for enabling public access. Or
everything is
enable
chargeable,
storage
guys. Even
account.
if you're taking REST API, आप कैलकुलेटर में जाके छोटे मोटे उसके ग्रैनुलर ऑप्शंस देख लेना. Slightly भी क्यों ना हो, हर सर्विस का चार्ज एक्स्ट्रा होता है. Correct answer. Yes. So what is public Allow enabling
access,
public access. What is that?
public access on individual containers. So if you want to allow a public IP address, public on public domain, where
Mhm.
anyone can access using the IP address.
Or the internet, you mean?
Yeah, through the internet,
Mhm.
anyone can access. It's public access. So if that person has the key, the
Will
storage
I get a
account
public
access
IP
key.
address? Did you say?
No, I'm sorry, not IP address. My bad.
Okay. Then how will
If
they
the
access
person
it
has the
publicly?
storage account key, there will be a key that would be generated, and we
Hmm.
would need to share that key with that person. And using the key, it's like a password, kind of thing, a key, which we need to enter the exact credentials.
Where will he
access.
put my users? Where will he put the key and everything? They don't have anything to. Put the key.
Azure Explorer, the Azure Storage
No,
Explorer,
they
he
don't
has
have
to
it.
open an account.
No, they don't have it. Why would they do
Okay.
it? They are my customers. I can't ask them to download anything. It's a simple image gallery I'm creating. Do they still require Azure Storage Explorer? I understood the feature, and obviously I want this because I am trying to create an application where I'm just going to keep all my pictures. I'm a photographer. I click pictures. I'm going to keep all my pictures. I want client to come there, just look at them, and if they like it, they can call me and purchase it. So yes, I want this to be publicly accessible, but I can't ask my customers to download something just to see my pictures. Is it the mandatory option?
No, but they need the key. But like how we have public IP address or private IP address for RDP, like RDP or SSH,
Okay,
to
let's
take
cut it. Let's cut it off.
access of a machine on
Now,
those like
now let me
similar
explain it.
algorithm.
Okay. Yes, explanation of this point is correct, but no, I just told you a minute ago, though I haven't shown it to you, so that's okay. I give you benefit of doubt. To access storage account, Storage Explorer is not always mandatory, especially when it comes to images and all. You can simply, can you guys read storage accounts definition again? Can someone go ahead and read it? What is a storage account?
An Azure storage account contains all of your Azure storage data, objects, blobs or files, queues, tables, and disk. The storage account provides a unique namespace for you to accessible from anywhere in the world.
That's it.
HTTP or HTTP.
Yeah, that's enough. So it gives you a unique namespace. What do you understand by unique namespace, by the way? Did you understand this jargon? If not, no one has asked me. If you understood, can you explain? What do you mean by unique namespace?
The name that we give for the Azure storage account.
Right, it's your URL, nothing. Website milti hai aapko, in short. You get a website which is accessible anywhere in the world over HTTP. Where do we use HTTP? Do we require Azure Storage Explorer to use HTTP? We have discussed this. Where do we use HTTP? Browser.
It's a protocol to
Yes.
on the browser.
Yes, browser. So it can be used.
Internet.
But yes, your answer was correct. जितना हमने अब तक पढ़ा उसके बेस पे correct था. ठीक है, so this is what it is. If you want your storage account to be accessible from internet, you check this. If you don't want, uncheck this. Okay.
That
now
is,
the next
specifies.
explanation. Yes, tell
I'm
me.
sorry. It specifies only on individual container, so you can give access to only that particular container.
हाँ वो हम
like
अंदर जाके
individual container.
container to container अलग कर सकते हैं. We'll see that when we create.
Not
container.
the entire storage account, but a part of the storage account.
Okay. Now enable storage account key access. Now, what does it mean now? This is where your explanation will fit. कि ठीक है आप browser से तो कर सकते हो, but is your storage account has some does it have some kind of data जिसको use करने के लिए आपको storage account लगने ही वाला है, storage explorer लगने ही वाला है, then you check this. What kind of data, कौन सा वाला type है जिसमें हमको definitely लगता है ये? Is it shared file, is it blob, is it queue, or is it table? The one which you cannot access using browser.
Shared file.
No. Shared file, yes. In a way, answer is correct. Shared file, you cannot access it using browser, but you cannot even access it using storage account. Shared file एक अलग accessible चीज है. We'll see that.
FTP usually is
FTP
used,
is
right,
protocol. No, don't just throw jargons, random jargons.
That protocol.
Simple
like
question
that
is, yes, the
used,
simple
right?
question is, which of the type of your storage, by the way, how many types we have under storage account? Storage account के अंदर क्या क्या बनता है? We just saw it, right? 4 things.
Blob, file, queues, and table.
Yes. So which one of them, if I have to use one of them, Azure Storage Explorer is mandatory for one of them. Which one is that? I showed it to you guys. I logged into Storage Explorer and we used that
Table.
with table, right? Correct answer. So here, if you have table under your storage account, then you must go ahead and check this. Right? अगर table है तो, ठीक है, table और किसी तरह से access नहीं हो सकता है. Either Storage Explorer or Storage Explorer का web view, but Storage Explorer is must. ठीक है? This one I hope you remember. What is it? कि आपको ये सब एक्सेस के झंझट में पड़ना ही नहीं है. Azure Active Directory सब कंट्रोल करना चाहते हो, check this. Or you will not see this. बहुत ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स होता है. TLS version, you don't have to explain. ये explanation कोई client आपसे नहीं पूछेगा. By the way, ये भी कोई नहीं पूछता कि this was just for your understanding. I was doing it. कोई इंटरव्यू में इस तरह से ग्रिलिंग नहीं होती है और कोई क्लाइंट आपके क्लाइंट कॉल पे भी नहीं होता. बिकॉज क्लाइंट्स हु आर कमिंग, सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर्स और एप्लीकेशन ओनर्स, उनका अपना अंडरस्टैंडिंग काफी अच्छा होता है इनके बारे में. दे विल कम अप विद देयर रिक्वायरमेंट and they'll tell you ये करना है, ये करना है, ये नहीं करना है. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So version, you know it. Okay, how many versions do we have? Tier, all of you know this. We have discussed this in detail. So we are not discussing it again. Okay guys, only less than a minute is left. So we'll resume with a 5 minutes break. I'll see you guys at 15:30 once this session stops. Meanwhile, let me quickly explain this and I'll create it. I'll start select, I'll click on create. So by the time we come back, it will be there. You all of you know this, right? I showed it to you. कि किसी particular VNet को select करना, you can do it here. But here, as of now, let's keep it public. We discussed this. Right guys, I'm clicking next because we have already